Hi friends and fellow earth angels, it's Gladys and welcome back to my weekly Sunday card reading, and this spread will cover May 19th to the 25th. So welcome to mid-May. We are just entering the phase of the full moon, and this full moon is in Scorpio. So I went into my Moonology deck and I pulled the full moon in Scorpio card, and its message is it's time to release negativity. So one of the things that I'm seeing that I want to share with you is feelings, the purging of feelings and emotions. And this card, it's time to release negativity. I feel like the message at this point in time for this full moon in Scorpio is allowing the feelings and the emotions to come up and out. If you are working in the corporate world, or if you're working with an energy vibration that's still not ascended, it can be harsh. Maybe your Friday or Saturday was a little more intense. It may have been harder to be around people, or maybe you just woke up feeling heavy, feeling negative, or feeling like you got to move emotions. I myself woke up with just old stuff that still needs to be cleared, and I kind of just gave myself time to sit with it and meditate and pray. But this full moon in Scorpio is a reflection of and showing you what's still in there, and it really is a good time for you to be still and pause and reflect on how far you've come up until this point. So a few weeks ago, we started with the message or the energy of receive. Last week was about balance, coming into the balance and the harmony of the masculine and feminine within. And this week, I feel like we're being guided to be still and allow energy to move through us, feelings and emotions, and even processing the feelings and the emotions of others. As empathic people of the Earth Angel Collective, we feel things on a higher level, or maybe in a more intense way. And the full moon always gives us an opportunity to purge and release. So last week I pulled a card where there was a woman in a womb, and it was a giving birth card. And I feel like so many of us are in this space. We've been in this womb space, this place of maybe isolation, this place of reflection, the place of pause, as you've been learning to receive and find balance and prepare for the next steps. I feel like this full moon in Scorpio, the image I'm getting is kind of like the water breaking and us getting ready to kind of like be birthed into a new energy, a new world, a new vibration. And so we're releasing what we don't necessarily need anymore. So if you're feeling challenged, if you're feeling negative emotions inside, it's all normal and a natural part of the process. So I always recommend seeking support if you're feeling stuck, or in a place where you just cannot get out of a funk. Seeking some type of therapeutic work, Reiki. I cannot say enough things about Reiki energy work right now. So if you're feeling like you just need to fill up with positive energy, come in for a Reiki session. I'm blessed to be teaching Reiki 1 tomorrow. So, when you're watching this, it'll be Sunday. So I'm blessed to be teaching Reiki and being in that energy. And it's a perfect way to kind of counter that negativity and all that stuff that's going on inside. So I cannot say enough things about maybe getting a Reiki treatment or some energy work that just gives you a chance to feel good and fill up with positive energy. If you are Reiki attuned yourself, although I feel like it's not always as great as going to somebody, just laying down in bed and giving yourself some Reiki energy, allowing that divine love and force to move through you, it can help naturally clear and purge. If you're feeling body aches and pains, if you're feeling out of sorts, it's all part of this Scorpio full moon release. It's really shining a light on that which still needs to move and purge out. So That's why I pulled that card. So giving you some. So today I pulled all angels. So I'm going to be working with the Archangel Michael Oracle deck, the Archangel Raphael healing deck, the Archangel Gabriel Oracle deck, Angels of Atlantis Oracle cards, and then I'm going to finish with angel prayers. So high vibrational support and guidance. I was laying out my spread and trying to decide which card deck I was going to start with first. And of course, the sirens and the fire trucks went by and they've got all these weird sounds. And so I was like, all right, Michael, I hear you. So I'm going to start with the Archangel Michael deck first. So before I do, let me open up space for us by inviting in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light, including the Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, the angels of Atlantis, specifically. And I ask that the messages that come through be for your best and highest good and the best and highest good of all concerned. So let's start. Okay, Archangel Michael. So those of you who may not know, Archangel Michael sends sirens, fire trucks, ambulances, cop cars. He's also been known to create distraction and disruption. So if you're on a phone call that keeps cutting out, or car alarms, or landscaping buzzers. So when you hear the emergency responders, the fire trucks, the ambulances, and the cop cars, the message in that moment is help is on the way, you're not alone. So sometimes when you see law enforcement out and about and maybe they're not rushing to an emergency, a lot of times that message is just to let you know that Archangel Michael is present. He helps us move through worries and fears. So I think a lot of people are in a space right now, especially as empaths and feeling all the feels. We're in a place like, oh, when is this cycle going to end? Is anything going to take form? Or when is the new beginning? So we're in a kind of like a funky space right now. We're in that final purge. So all right, Michael, what message do you have for us this week? What do you want us to know? Let me see. I always try to see if they're gonna jump or if I'm just guided to pull. So let's see. Michael. Oh, there we go. That's the one. Michael, his message is, it's gonna challenge with focus. It says, use your imagination and you'll see the answer. So his message says, Dear God, thank you for granting me the wisdom and creativity to see your miracles in new and unexpected ways. I gratefully and gracefully accept and appreciate your help. And then describe the situation. So let me see here. So if you see Michael on this horse getting ready to take off, one of the things I think right now is how important meditation is. Reflection. I pulled out my Be Still and Know block that I was going to put up, but I decided to do the Full Moon and Scorpio card instead. But I still hear the message and see the message, be still and know. So if you're in a place right now where you're being challenged by negative people, negativity inside, uncomfortable feelings and emotions, maybe you're feeling dread, maybe you're feeling worries and fears, I feel like this is a card to go within, to find that sacred space within whatever that divine connection is for you, God, source, creator of the universe, and take some time to pray. Remember, the universe abides by the law of free will. It is one of the biggest laws. They abide by the law of free will, so they will not intervene unless we're asking. So I feel like Michael is also saying in this message that you don't have to do it alone. If you use your imagination, the word imagination is also intuition, It's your insight, your inner wisdom, the knowledge and wisdom that you came in with as a baby. You've brought forth guidance and messages. So I almost feel like a lot of the Earth Angel collectives were given these seeds when we were born. And now more than ever, these seeds are starting to take form and they're starting to pop up. So each individual of the Earth Angel Collective has a piece of this knowledge and wisdom. And I can tell you, we're going to see a lot more people channeling information and putting their gifts out into the world, creation, like creating things. And it could be many forms, creating businesses, creating art, creating food, creating problem solving is also creating therapists and nurses and holistic practitioners. Like, it's a big vibration that's shifting. But remember, we really have to come into alignment with ourselves and do our own inner work. So in a lot of ways, we're separating from the 3D, 5D, or the codependent, independent energy, and learning about who we are as individuals. And God is saying, if you're feeling a little lost right now, or if you're feeling like you don't really have direction, Archangel Michael is your guide. And just being able to sit with that energy, just being able to connect with your own intuition, you'd be amazed at how the knowledge and wisdom and the guidance can come. So it's really not going to come from external forces in a lot of ways. It's really an opportunity to go within. And I have to say, if you're not sure about intuition, if this is something that's new to you, seek support in that way. Seek support and guidance where somebody can offer you assistance, can comfort you, can inspire you, instead of going to somebody who you feel needs to tell you or fix you or save you. Because I know from personal experience that, that energy isn't always as fulfilling as being able to be supported and feeling the essence and the energy flow from within. So speaking of healing, I am going to pull from the Archangel Raphael deck. All right, Raphael, what message do you have for us this week? What would you like us to know? What guidance do you have for us? Here we go. All right, and the card is meditation. I mean, come on. Perfect. Again, we have seen this image and this picture coming up in a lot of the cards. It's this connection of going within. And really, Raphael is I feel like Raphael is saying, yep, what she just said. He's just validating it. So the card says, Dear Archangel Raphael, please meditate with me and guide my mind and body to focus upon peace, health, and wellness. I love that. And remember, in meditation, you're not alone. You're connecting with the divine. So if loneliness is a thing for you, if you've been struggling with feeling lonely or isolated or challenged with coming out of that winter hibernation energy, meditation can be really profound. It has been beautiful. Outside the last couple days here in New England, it's been raining like every single day since April. But there has been some bouts of sunshine, and it is going to be a beautiful weekend here. So you don't necessarily have to be in a dark room or a dark space to meditate. I've been meditating outdoors. I've just been going for walks, clearing my head. I've been seeing chipmunks and cardinals and yellow birds. I think they're canaries, bluebirds, so many different birds. And so spirit and the divine has been really powerful in my meditations, even just walking. So again, I feel like one of the messages here is that when you are in that place of meditation and connection, you are not alone. Again, I want to say again, if you've been feeling lonely or if you've been feeling isolated, lost, disconnected, I feel like this is Raphael saying, go into meditation, go into that space, and we're here with you. It's that deeper part within. The shadow force out there, that 3D world wants to separate. It wants to instill fear. It wants you to be codependent on jobs and TV and movies for to feel good, to like all these external things. So these things are good in moderation, but when it comes to being a form of escapism, or if it comes from being in a form of being able to numb out and get away from, that stuff eventually catches up with you. So I know isolation or time alone can seem scary right now, and all your thoughts and feelings will come up. But I feel like Raphael is saying, I'm here with you, supporting you in that. Raphael is the angel of healing. His color is emerald green, and I always see. So for me, Raphael comes with the letters OZ on a license plate. Like I think about the Wizard of Oz in the Emerald City. Dorothy's red slippers I see when he's around. I see Santa Claus's, or that ho 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 or Christmas vibration, because healing can be heavy, it can be difficult, it can be challenging, and it's easy to slip into a place of fear and being afraid that we're not doing something right, or we're going to get stuck in this space. And so Raphael always comes in and brings the joy. He brings the light. He brings the laughter. He brings the happiness. If you think about that Santa Claus energy, it's jolly. It's uplifting. So if you're seeing Santa Clauses coming or Santa Clauses around, especially being in mid-May, there's your sign from Raphael. I was driving home the other day, and there was a man outside who was clipping his bushes outside, and he had white hair. He had a long, bushy white beard, and he had these maroon pants on and like a white shirt, like a white t-shirt. And I looked over and I was like, oh, hi, Santa. And then I was like, oh, hi, Raphael. Like I said, personally, myself have been just moving a lot of emotions and feelings, especially being a triple Cancer, going into a water sign is Scorpio full moon. I mean, I'm feeling it. I'm definitely not immune to it. I have a better support system now, which is beneficial. But even being aware of that connection just instantly helped me to feel better in that moment. And so, like I said, Raphael is there to support and help in so many ways. Maybe you'll see emeralds or the Jolly Green Giant. So if a can of corn or green giant peas fall out of your fridge or roll off of a pantry shelf, there's your sign. So these are the fun parts of the archangels being around with us, supporting us. You're definitely not alone. Gabriel. Let's see what Gabriel's message is. Gabriel. So Gabriel helps us with communication. I feel like I want to say this now. Gabriel helps us with communication. He helps us to speak our truth. He's also the angel that helps us with visions. Like if we need a vision into something, or he's the visionary of foresight. He also helps with creative projects. So if there's something that you need to get done, or if there's something that you're inspired to do, oh, there are the sirens. If there's something that you're inspired to do, Archangel Gabriel can help you with the know-how and bringing everything together to create the project, or even problem solving. If you're in a space right now where you need to have a tough conversation with somebody, or you need to express your feelings, or you need to ask for a raise for your own worth and value, Gabriel can assist. He sends pennies, and on a penny it says, "In God we trust." So that being said, let's pull a card, Gabriel, this week. Gabriel, what do you want us to know? What message do you have for us this week? Wow, here we go. Ooh, this is going to be a fun one. Perfectionism. Jeepers. No wonder why Michael came in right before this card came out. So the message says, polishing your creative project is fine, but don't allow perfectionistic fear to result in procrastination. So, as earth angels, empaths, we do have the gift of perfectionism, and there's a light and a shadow part of that. So perfectionism really stems from a people-pleasing energy. And some people are born with it. So in my life purpose sessions, in the number vibration, the compilation that you're born under, sometimes perfectionism is a bigger thing for some rather than others. And so perfectionism in your job can be really great because you'll be a person who will dot your I's, cross your T's, you'll pay attention to details, you'll double check things, and usually don't tend to make mistakes. But if your perfectionism is in the shadow, what will happen is you'll compare yourself to others and you'll feel like something needs to be perfect before you put it out into the world. So, as an earth angel myself, who falls into that energy of people pleasing and wanting things to be right, my website took way longer than it needed to. And I had decided that when I launched my website, I knew there were some discrepancies on the website with like text and wording and things that weren't necessarily right. So I chose to launch the website anyway. I chose to override my need for things to be perfect before I put things out. And I have to say it was very liberating. And I've since gone in and adjusted things. But sometimes you kind of have to push yourself outside of that comfort zone. So earth angels right now, remember I was saying how earth angels are in a place of, we were born with these seeds of knowledge and wisdom and information, and you've been learning, what you've been learning, you've been connecting with the people who you've been connecting with. I know it's difficult sometimes when you feel alone in the world and you're going through leaving unhealthy relationships or leaving unhealthy jobs or standing in your power or putting your own needs, releasing guilt, releasing anger and bitterness, and really coming to the forefront in your own power. I know that can seem very isolating and like a soul process, soul as in singular and also soul as in higher self energy. And so what's happening is all this stuff is coming up now to the forefront and being asked to clear out. This is why I like to do these readings, because it's connecting with a vibration, a collective. If these readings are resonating with you, remember there are hundreds of people watching these videos and all resonating in some way. Maybe not all the messages resonate with you, but as tapping into the Earth Angel Collective, there are bits and pieces that we're all in this space. And know that when you work through these things and you connect with, through meditation and connect with the divine and you listen to your intuition, when you do that, you are helping the collective as a whole. So if you can think about it in a way of when somebody walks into a room who's super negative or toxic, we all know that as empathic people. And hey, you may have been that person at some point in time as well. I certainly was, so there's no judgment about that energy. But what happens is when an energy like that walks into a room, everything shifts. Like, as an empathic person, you can feel the vibration and you almost want to kind of just run away. It's the argumentative, I am always right, the world is all wrong, and nothing is ever going to go right, and doom and gloom, that vibration. So that energy can clear out a room of high vibrational energy. Just in the same way as you doing this inner work, getting in touch with your thoughts and feelings, knowing your intuition, your life purpose, putting those creative projects and problem solving energy out into the world, by doing that and raising your vibration and feeling good, I do it and everybody watching does it and everybody in the world who's in that space, guess what? That shifts an energy. So know that the work that you're doing right now, or the shifting that you're doing, this releasing emotions and feelings, and even just getting in touch with it, getting in touch with your own needs and what works for you, as we go into the space of balance last week and going into you being a whole individual, a balance of the masculine and feminine energy within, you are now coming out into the world and shifting that vibration. You're becoming a leader. Those of you who are watching these videos, who are tapped into the Earth Angel Collective. You are part of the leadership of the awakened ones. And this is why sometimes it feels that much harder, because there's not a lot to go on. And this is where Michael is saying earlier, you really got to tap into your intuition and trust your gut. And this is what a lot of us are doing right now. We're clearing space. We're clearing out old programs, old beliefs, old worries and fears. And we're stepping into this new light and this new energy. And I feel like Gabriel is saying he sees that all you beautiful people who are writing books, who are creating content, who are designing, who are chefs and making food, and all those who are putting out love into the world, creating an essence of love, all the healers, all the intuitives, all the therapists. I feel like he's seeing you guys working on these things and saying, hey, you know what? Your website doesn't have to be perfect. The content that you put out doesn't have to be perfect. Stop comparing yourself to others. Oh, they did it this way, or they seem so much farther along. Remember, we're all in a space of growth and expansion, and the universe is showing you those things to be a reflection of what you have inside of you. It's supposed to inspire you and not push you down. So again, sit with your own creative projects and see how your own perfectionism and whatever that means to you is stopping the flow of you putting out that energy into the world. All right, so let's see. I'm going to pull from my Angels of Atlantis. I had a viewer reach out to me looking for this deck because I haven't used it in a while, and she was looking for the deck. So it just reminded me to pull the cards. These are very high vibrational. They're very inspiring. Cool deck. So let's see. All right, Angels of Atlantis. I think it should be good that way. What message do you have for us this week? Angel wants to come forth. What do you want us to know? Let's see. Just make it clear. What card do you want me to pick? Okay, let's see. We'll do this. Okay. Metatron, and his message is divine intelligence. Sorry, the camera's not focusing too much this week. Obviously, full moon energy, right? So again, I can't, it just never ceases to amaze me. I just love these cards. I love working with the cards. I love the validation that we get from the cards. Please be inspired to use cards if you're struggling with your own intuition, because this will validate so much. Look at this planet here. It's actually a diamond energy. A diamond. It's almost like I feel like this is God's vibration, but he's also saying this is you. You are unique, one of a kind, and you are a treasure and sought after. He wants you to see you in that space, Metatron. And also too, look at the energy. It's like shining the light down. Like, this is you. It's like you're creating your story. Remember, a lot of us are pulling away from people, places, things, and ideas from old soul groups. And we get an opportunity to handpick the people, places, things, and ideas that we want in this lifetime, and then also lifetimes forward. So that was a huge exclamation point for me when I was doing all my channeling and my meditation for my own life path, and tapping into the essence of my own authenticity. This divine intelligence was coming in and saying, hey, we get an opportunity to consciously handpick these things. We live in a world where a lot of us are able to stand in our own power and put out content, especially, in the United States. We're gifted with the ability of freedom, and that is one of my greatest treasures, is that we live in a world right now that's becoming more open and connected to intuition and empowerment. And here's this word, divine intelligence. So I feel like this message is saying that the universe is working with you. We can no longer be separate from it. And we're in a place where we're purging shadow stuff. You're purging people's manipulations. You're purging people's old beliefs, programs, people who have told you you're this and that. You're clearing all of that stuff out for this next phase of energy that's coming into it. It is this beautiful shift coming in 2019 into 2020. Again, we're going to start seeing a lot more people putting out content and putting out channeled messages and inspiration. Now, that doesn't mean it's all going to resonate with everybody. You know, you have your people, I have my people, and so on and so forth. But really, the power is when you feel good and connected and uplifted. When you feel good, the people around you naturally feel good. If not, they go away. And when they feel good, the people around them feel good. And when they feel good, the people around them feel good. So really, peace on earth starts with you. It starts with your own heart, your own physical body, your own instincts, your own intuition. And the universe is saying, please separate from the social media or the movies, or the biggest influencers right now are musicians, actors, and athletes. Now, that energy is incredible with being inspired and uplifted and feeling good, but it also can be really bad with programs. And, you know, some people are putting out content and information that's just disempowering. It's telling you should be this way, or you should act this way, or you should be treated this way, or it's just really an annihilation of the masculine and feminine energy in the shadow. But if you can see the positive parts of it, think about the musicians that are putting incredible music out. I mean, think about the athletes. I mean, Tom Brady, for instance, talk about a leader, talk about a pioneer in health and growth and breaking down old beliefs and old ways of doing things, you know? So there's always a shadow and light to things. And you have to really discern where you fit in that, what works for you and what doesn't work for you. There are some times I can listen to some certain types of music, and there's other times that I can't. So that is my own connection with myself through meditation, through listening to my intuition of what works for me and what doesn't. So you're really becoming an individualized person right now and separating from all those people, places, things, and ideas that have been pulling at you. So this is what we're purging in a lot of ways. All right, I feel like these readings are getting very deep over the last couple weeks, so thank you for sticking with me, and let me know how it's connecting. You know, you can always send me an email and let me know, like, or even put it in the comments if you want to inspire others, like how this is resonating with you, or just give me a thumbs up. If you give me a thumbs up and let me know that, you know, you're feeling it, or you're moving through it, that you're not alone. I think, remember, these readings are timeless. So anybody at any point in time can go back to this reading and really get empowered messages for it, because they're awakening people. Remember, there are people born every day. There are people who die every day. And so the expansion and the process of cycles is constant. It's never ending. So this content will be helpful for those in the future. So it's information that can help. So giving me a thumbs up, or just putting that in the comments, something really simple as people are going through and looking at it, can help them as well. So my intention for this channel is for us to be a collective of support and unity. So, you know, if you've been afraid to kind of put yourself out there or share, I filter comments, and I keep it a very high vibrational space. So know that your whatever you put out there is in sacred space. This is not a channel for negativity and conflict and disagreements and all that stuff. That's definitely not the channel for that. There are definitely places for that, but no, in this way, my intention is for you to be in sacred space as I am in sacred space. So let's finish with an angel prayer. What final message do they all have for us? I should talk about Metatron a little bit more. So I'm sorry, I apologize for that. So Archangel Metatron, his color is like, I usually see him as magenta color. Watermelon tourmaline is a stone that I connect with him. He comes in with divine intelligence. He is part of the God Most High of the universe. So Metatron, Michael, and Melchizedek are the three archangels that are governed to oversee the planet. So they are God Most High of the universe, meaning they're closest to Creator, helping the earth and its development. So Metatron is the angel that oversees the development of babies and humans, and he is the reason why all of us are different and we all have unique and different characteristics. He also helps children, the sensitive children that are coming into the planet, who may be labeled as ADHD, autistic, highly functioning, sensitive, all those things, sensitive to food and allergies. Metatron is working with those people. Remember, it's all about the unique. He sees us all as a diamond. So he's really great for spiritual insight and wisdom. So yeah, magenta is a color that I see with him. He also, if you Google Metatron's cube, he has a cube that is very cleansing and detoxifying. So in this space of full moon in Scorpio, if you can print out Metatron's cube and just meditate with it or put it up in your room, there are decals that you can purchase and put up on your wall. It's a powerful vibration. I had one. I don't know where it went. So when I moved from my office, I've got stuff at home and I've got stuff at my office. So it may be easier just for you to go online and print one out. Okay, so let me finish with a prayer. What final message do you have for us, angels? Let's see here. What final message do you have for us? How should we finish? Oh, there's 2 here, so let's go with 2. Okay, take a step back. Once again, going with the theme of pausing, taking a break. It says, thank you, angels, for helping me to step back from what's not serving me. Of course, directly in alignment. It's basically giving you permission to walk away or pause. I think sometimes we feel like we've got to go and do to feel like we're getting anything done. But I feel like this is where it's saying, hey, it's okay. And part of the work and part of the vibration or the shift is about meditating and taking a break, taking a step back. I mean, look at this. Oops, look at this angel. She has, oh God, my focus isn't working today. Very good. So sorry about that. If you notice, she's walking on the earth. Earthing is a thing, putting your feet in the grass and going outside. Of course, there's beautiful birds taking flight. She's got her arms out. I have no doubt the wind is blowing through her hair. It's a very, very divine feminine energy. So that alone is taking a step back, pulling out of all the have-tos and the shoulds. And then the other final card was study and learning. So thank you, angels, for allowing me to see that every day is a learning day. So I feel like with this card, it's a reminder that you're here to learn. And, you know, once you complete a cycle or once you get knowledge and wisdom, guess what? There's going to be something else. We have areas of family, health, career, our soul mission, which is how we serve others, our spiritual journey, which is their inner work that we're doing on ourselves. And so for a very long time, a lot of us were in the space of being of service to others to the degree where it affected our health. And now we're in a space of our spiritual journey, which is the shadow inner work that we're doing on ourselves. It's the growth and expansion, the development of the self, connecting with the soul, the essence of the soul for its plan. A lot of us have finished a completion in a cycle and we're getting ready to go into new vibrations, true love energy. There's going to be a lot more connections with communities and networks in a high vibrational space. So we're in a place of pause and we're learning right now. We're learning about what feels good, what doesn't feel good, what works for us, what doesn't work for us. And this full moon in Scorpio has been a movement of shift. So honor the sacred space that you're in. Try not to judge yourself, blame yourself, shame yourself. It just is in a lot of ways. You're studying and you're learning. I think this is the shadow part of the perfectionism of needing things to be right and perfect, and that fear of persecution. There's a lot of talk in the 3D world about how this one was bullied or that one was bullied, or how their story has shaped them into who they are today. So we all have that story. We all have that negativity or that toxic energy that helped us become who we are today, and it's still continuing to help us. So use that as fuel, use that as energy to share your story, to put that out there in some way, to be compassionate, to be loving, to be supportive, to be inspirational to others who haven't yet learned that. We have a whole vibration that's awakening. So true love, that is the essence of what we're getting to the core of now. True love is a whole individual person, and then we'll come into alignment with new soul friends, soul mates, divine masculine and feminine energies coming together in partnership and union and intimacy and romance and connection. Just enjoy your life. As you're enjoying your life, it really is, in a profound way, shifting the collective. So one step at a time. All right, friends. So I'm going to finish this reading today by thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light who assisted with this guidance for you today. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done, in mind, body, spirit, and emotions, in all ways. All right, friends, I do want to tell you, I do have a mediumship training. It will be July 21st. It's a Sunday, and that link will be on my website. I will put the link in the description below if you want to register for that. It is a basic mediumship training, so we'll talk about connecting with loved ones. We'll talk about intuition. We'll talk about that vibration. And this could be a personal class. When I took my first mediumship class, it was not intended to be a medium and connect with people's loved ones for a living. It eventually turned into that, but I took it to help me connect with my own grandmother, to be able to have a deeper understanding of the afterlife, and that's what this class will be. So you will be, doing readings on others, but there is really no pressure. And if you're guided to take the class, remember, we're all mediums, especially as earth angels and empathic people. We're all mediums in some way, but this class is specifically geared towards understanding the afterlife and your loved ones in spirit. So that's what that class will be. I also have the links if you want to book an appointment with me, a Reiki session, a divine guidance session if you're feeling like you need some support or guidance. There is a link if this reading benefited you and you're guided to make a donation to my channel. That link, that PayPal link, is there too. I thank you very much for that. Thank you for those who are making donations. I really, really, truly appreciate it. And that's it. So if you haven't heard it today or nobody's told you in a while, you are so loved. God loves you. I love you so much. Trust in the divine. Trust your intuition. And I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.